Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Division 2 OSL. I apologize that I was not here. Loki slept through the first match. My two alarms. But no, we are here. Thank you to Hunter and Gohan for filling in that first match. That was a good match between E3 and Scarlet. I believe E3 picking up the win. No, Scarlet picking up the win there, actually. So that puts them above in the ladder. So that is a good sign for them. Right now, Luca, though, I am joined with a special guest. I've kind of, Loki just spoiled it. But do you want to introduce yourself, big buddy?
Yep, I'm Halo. I'm adding for 1v1s in Oceanic Sacrificial League every other minute. And I'm pretty excited for these games, Dance. We have Lumora vs Phantom Step on the Mastermind. Lumora's killer Ethel is going to be loading in right now, and we'll see how he can do, Dance.
Decent little plug there. 1v1 in the server. If you want to get the business, Halo will give it to you. But we are still loading in. I will give a reference to what these games mean. So Lumora have two matches, excuse me, two matches in the next 2 days, all right? They got this match tonight versus Phantom Step, and they got a match tomorrow versus Hall of Flame. The simple reality is they need to win both of them. Because their last matches against Ancestor, who have been on a red hot home run. I think they're 2-1, looking to go 3-1 tomorrow as well. So look, definitely the strongest team. So this is a big match. This is probably the biggest match of the Group B standings so far, which is pretty interesting because it's a Wesker set. Haven't seen too many Wesker set. Now, there's been a couple debates if Wesker is out on this map. I would heavily disagree. I think this map. No, sorry, I would heavily agree. I think this map is definitely out. I think this map is egregiously impossible to try and 4K on if it's played right. First chase should be about, we do see someone catch out on the edge map here. Probably not the best spot. Sprint Burst Survivor, though, we do... Oh, nice little fast forward from part 2. But yeah, Halo, Loki, the first chase on this map should be very good. We do have Beetle getting thrown edge map with gloves there. This is just going to be 2-tap off the rip for Ethel. This is beautiful, the P100 Wesker main. But as I was saying, Halo, the first chase on this map should be, very long. There's 2 to 3 god pallets, balanced landing. Deja is definitely a thing here if you spawn bottom side, top side. And overall, yeah, no, that was just a pretty poor first chase, I'll be completely honest.
Yeah, very unlucky for iPark 2 to get found very early there. I will definitely agree with you there. I've done some 1v1s with Zabravo. Shout out to Zabravo, he's a very nice person. And the map is really hard for the Wesker player. I mean, there's a bunch of like collisions and stuff, and like as we can see right now, this mid map is cluttered with so much stuff that it's almost impossible to kind of get a lineup if the survivors do play right. So we are kind of just patrolling this 9 generator, I believe, with this top mid hook we have for Ethel, which is very nice. We've applied our eruption on Pop Goes the Weasel, and we see a survivor rotating from the bottom side of the map. Though we aren't going to be getting the unhook. We're playing this pallet now. Hopefully we don't give any free hits or anything, but we are going to be getting hit with the Wesker power right there, slamming Aaron into that big fight. What is that? Is that like a water collector? I'm not too sure, John.
Probably just, yeah, work like you said, it didn't, but now this will be seconds at 5 gens early with a tag on the board. Pretty rough start for the bro as he's hooked mid as well. Yeah, this is the problem you have when you don't have a good first chase on this map. You need to put this map to good use. This map is definitely strong on the survivor side. It does have some good resources. Like I said, the 2 god pallets. There's going to be another tag coming through onto, I believe that is Lindsay. If I can see her. The bitrate is too low for me, but regardless, onto the ace there is going to be receiving a tag. We are going to go back for the tunnel onto the Claudette. Big part to himself. Gonna need a beautiful chase here, son. Your team's at 5 gens. We've been caught out at the window, and that's gonna be an insta-death. 5 gens. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be problems early on for Ethel. Not for Ethel. This is gonna be a celebration for Ethel early on, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a really good start for Ethel there. He's gotten 2 tags. He was able to get that Deathbook Survivor, and the gens, they do have progress, but they haven't even popped a single gen, so I'm not too sure what's happening. We're not applying our option there, which is a bit unfortunate. Pop Goes the Weasel goes on that gen, and we are in chase with the ace here, so we need to see the survivors locking in here if they want to secure, reasonable result for their killer player. Obviously, you said this map isn't 4K, and I definitely agree there, and this is heading towards the high 4K, so if the survivors can lock in here, maybe we can see a low 4K by chance. We do see We still have 2 survivors injured, and we are gonna be taking the chase onto our NATO player here. Pre-dropping that pallet. We're gonna see. I do know Zabrava likes to play around that pallet and hog text it. We are just gonna go for the insta break though, and just following the scratch marks. I don't think we're gonna see. Maybe we can see a reset happen on the survivor side, but maybe they just opt for the gen progression.
I mean, I guess the one good thing for Phantom Step is that the one healthy person in the 3v1 is being chased. And I think Ethan started to realize that. He's decided to leave them. Using their time to double out 11 was Phantom Step there. I'm not too sure. Yeah, especially because Ethan's about to snipe this double out as well. So this progress is about to go back to nothing. You know, that's very, very unfortunate for Phantom Step there. All their progress has sort of just kept going back and back and back. Every time they get a bit of progress on the board, Ethel just kicks it with pop or eruption and just chases on the gem. There's going to be balance from our Nia. Oh, we do get a nice little jiggy there on the edge map. We needed that because if we went down there, it would have literally just been over, I think. I think it already is low-key a little bit over. This is almost irrecoverable in my opinion, as we see both survivors on the top main gen. We're just trying to stack out one single gen here. We're both running the same way, lads. Lads, what's going on?
That's what I'm thinking as well here. I mean, we got Eruption Aura. Both of the survivors dying right next to the active as well, unfortunately. And this is heading towards a 4k5, unfortunately. We have 1 dead, 2 slugged, 1 injured and chased, and it's just not looking too great for the survivor side. I mean, just some good dashes here, and we see the 4k5. I'm not too sure if Unbreakable is in play here. Being patient with the bound, and we are not going to be getting that down because of Beetle. Unfortunately, though, this is still kind of looking like a 4k5 holder. Maybe hold on. We do get the blind there, so maybe this is possible. See the Renato covering towards the Nia, and Nia gets back up just in time. We're not forcing the pallet. What is going on? And it's a 4k5 from Ethel. Really well played from Ethel right there. I only had to use 1 pain res. Just a very unfortunate start for the survivors side. Maybe some macro mistakes, some positioning mistakes, and that's just very unlucky for the survivor side there, Joms.
I am in shock. Ether will be written in the history books. That is the first ever 4k5 in Division 2, if I'm not mistaken. So, well played to Ethel, well played to Lumora. When I came in and said they needed to win this one, I didn't think that that they would be locked in like this. No, I did go into the Lumora VC beforehand and said, you know, I basically stated what this game meant. I stated what tomorrow meant for them. And obviously, as soon as I left the VC, this bloke just turned up the headset, went on deafen, and he's just put on a show, cunt. This is beautiful to see, and no, really, really well played to Ethel there. This is the literal perfect win con. I'm not really too sure how you match this on the other side. I think at best you can only tie, which that tie would be you have to 4k5. So essentially, I don't know. This is your problem with BO1s though, Halo. I guess we will take a little brief short intermission just to, you know, clear things up. But yeah, wow, 4k5 in about 3.5 minutes. Really well played. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, we just saw quite a monstrous result on the side of Lumora, achieving a 4K5. I repeat, a 4K5. Now, if you are just joining us and missed that first match, which I don't blame you because it was only 4 minutes long, I did, well, like I alluded to, it was. Oh, I don't remember the last time we saw a 4K5. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, when I don't even think in the main division we saw a 4K5 for a long time now, but OCE's last hope, Lumora. They are putting on a show, Halo, and this will be the I guess the little preview to them playing in the final stage of this tournament because I will say they do have Hella Flame and Ancestor on the run home as their last two matches. Now that is the top 3 teams in the group. So Group B is still not decided. This match tonight, obviously, I think we can all be pretty fair. I think Lumora are pretty in the hot seat to take this one home. That was a 4K5. Pretty, like literally the perfect win con, right? But tomorrow we will have, I believe, Hoff versus Lumora. Let me just triple check on that so I'm not telling complete lies. Yes, tomorrow at 10 p.m. AEDT, we will be having Lumora versus Hoff. Now, that set should be the most anticipated set we have coming up for all of Division 2, maybe the Group B matches in general. But I believe that set will be the Killer of Spirit on Dead Dog Saloon with Lumora going first. Halo, it's been quite an interesting scene of events here, buddy. How do you depict all this? What went wrong there for Phantom Step?
I feel like the start was kind of choppy. We had quite a quick first. Oh well, it was pretty average. It was on the how do I say this? It was on the shorter side. Sorry, stumbling on my words there. It's on the shorter side. Even though it was still okay, we got the hook top, and Aaron came in, gave a free tag, but we didn't trade, and I think that's where it went really wrong because Aaron gave F that free tag and then just ran off. And by then, all the survivors just aren't ready, to, go for that pull. And by then, it was already too late.
What?
5 and Logic, not sure what's going on there. Maybe trying to use the life on Shaq. That's really early. Yeah, so maybe this is the start we do need to, secure this 4K5, and it was balanced. So it must have just been by accident.
No, I saw him get the little speed boost when he jumped off the hill there. That was pretty funny. He dropped the pellet on the wrong side. I think big FN is getting a bit overconfident there. But no, they still got really good gen pressure. Lumora, they've got a double in the background. For those, like I said, just joining us, it is a 1 gen pop win con. So if they pop this 1 gen right now, Lumora will take the win, which... in settings that are BO1, I think we're not even going to commit to this. This is a really good decision. I actually don't mind this decision here. We're going to use pop on the gen. If we're able to avoid attack here, which we actually are. No, we're actually not. We don't get the pallet here, so maybe not committing for that was actually a bit of a bad decision. In those instances, you sort of have to decide earlier. You need to play max distance if you're not going to commit, or you just need to commit the gen. Simple as that. In that instance, you sort of did neither. But as I was saying, though, in settings where it's BO1, oh, we've gone upstairs there when the survivor's gone down. In settings that are BO1s, getting a shitty survivor result can be really tough. We are going to see the down onto, I believe that is Flare there. Well played him to actually make that God pellet down there at 11 and use that for his chase. We are going to get the pain res on top of main here. So we are slowing down the survivors a bit. Again, it's not going to be near as much enough as what we need. We need... free tags left, right, and center. We need survivors running into us. We just need short chases, and I think to consistently have all those things happening, over the course of a match is just not like no one should really be able to force survivors into that position again. Ormond Lake Mine pretty survivor-sided. 4K5 is a terrible, survivor result anyway. We are going to see the Nancy here. I believe is this. Ghosty, yeah, we are going to see Ghosty pre-dropping these double fillers very, very strong. We still haven't seen that gen pop yet, but we do see Willandra just really aggressively sitting the gen. We'll see Logic rotate in for the pull here. This is a really, really nice chase. I would have liked to see that being dropped there. We could have delayed a little bit longer. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be seeing the first generator and the only generator needed to be popped in this trial for Lumora to take this victory. And yeah, really well played to them for, I guess really well played to Ethel, first of all, for, to give them the leniency to be able to achieve this win contest. We're going to see some jiggies in a really bottleneck there from Willandra. We do hit seconds though, so overall the killer from Phantom Step is actually, honestly, this is looking like 4K right now, like decently high 4K here. And honestly, I think Lumora overall are just playing for the best result, but no, well, like I said, Halo, it is well played to Ethel most and first off. He put them in a position to get this pretty easy win con, but yeah, pretty devastating on the side of Phantom Step. You know, that will put them to 3-0 in the season with that gen popping. And, you know, I think by mathematics, they physically cannot make it. So we'll be playing for pride in these last few games, Luca. But yeah, nah, just a shocking result.
Yeah, really well played from Ethel there. Obviously, if you're a Phantom Steps killer, you know 4K5 it's a really hard order, but I think Jumps, if we just put the win con aside, this is looking really good for our Wesker player here. I mean, he's gotten 4 hooks. We have a death hook at 3, and they don't have. I don't think they have much progress. Pup's probably been regressing that free gen for a while, so you know this is looking like a high 4K result, which is pretty good to be honest. I mean, very well played from Phantom Step.
I like that that down taken from Ghosty there, just to make sure that I believe that was Flair, just guarantees his life at the shack. That was actually a really good heads up play from Ghosty there. I really do enjoy seeing that. The problem is it's probably come at a time where you need to sort of play for resets, playing for a body there isn't the worst idea. Like I said, it's actually quite good because now they're still in a 4v1. No, very good play. Very, very good heads-up play there. We do need to get the resets sort of back in here just so we can solidify, you know, these low stages here because right now, like you said, Lucas, it is looking like a bit of a 4K1 territory. We've got 2 blokes, death hook. We do get a reset onto the near. I think we've located an injured survivor, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have. It's the Cheryl. I believe Willandra, who is fresh hook right now, so this might be on the bros menu to chase to get this fresh hook. Nice vault there from Willandra. Willandra, the DBD ranked demon. Glad to see that he's found a home in OSL on Lumora. Shout out to Will. But nice little jiggy there. How is that connected? The Beetle has done him justice as well. I do believe we do not have the Shack pellet anymore, so this is still going to be death. Bang! There it is. And yeah, honestly, Lucas, good death location as well. Shack is the place you want to be dead. Yeah, not much to say for this match overall, bro. It is kind of a, you know, kind of a bit of a lackluster in terms of, you know, anticipation. But I think we can both appreciate both the Weskers players' high level abilities here to get quick downs. I really am enjoying watching both of these 2 young men hit the Wesker up.
Yeah, this Wesker player is playing pretty well. We have 2 death hook now, so maybe we can find a death hook survivor, which we do find. So we find Ghosty was up here at the one side of the map. Isn't infected, so if you have a quick chase here, I mean, like I said, wincon aside, it's just a really good result from our killer player here. And I can definitely tell they know how to use the band. They're using it in quite well spots. Willie Hunter not getting hit there was pretty interesting. Obviously, one of the downsides to this map for the killer player, and we are going to see the down onto Ghosty was up there, and see resetting in the background onto Williandra. So this is going to be our first kill at 3 generators, and we do also just have another death hook. So if we can find that death hook and regress the generators just a little bit, maybe we can see like a 4K3, 4K2 result coming out from Phantom Steps Wesker player, which is extraordinarily well considering that you were talking about how you know, this map is quite survivor started, and we've found Flare here, our last survivor here. As long as we get a quick chase onto this Nia, we should be able to see quite a well deserved results. Good path.
Yeah, pretty good path to avoid that tag there. Actually, I would agree, Lucas. And yeah, I mean, we need to still get down to the 4K1 here if we want a respectable result. If anything, even 4K1 is a bit questionable on this map with these perks against this killer. But No, like I said, the WinCon was met a while ago, and this is going to be probably the last chase for Flair, obviously, in this game. Let's hope he's able to survive for a good amount of time. Yeah, let's get 2 gens popped for your chase here, son. It looks like we've played zoning Wesker. It looks like we are going to get 2 gens popped for this chase. I don't know if the big boy's pain res. I don't believe he is. If he is pain res, that is quite good for in love here, but. Yeah, Logic's on this mid 6 here. I believe the other person was, I can't remember, like on a different gen, maybe a little 3. But yeah, no, overall really well played to Lumora. The 2 gens should pop. It's scaring me that they haven't popped yet. Yeah, there we go. Willandra is going to commit that gen for the 4K1. So 4K1 looking like your result here overall. Pretty average result on the side of Lumora, if I'm honest, but they have played well to get this win today. 4K5 win con, it doesn't matter if you get 4K1, 3, 2, or 4, you still win either way. So well played to them. Yeah, Luca, any just thoughts on this game, brother? Overall, pretty, like I said, pretty lackluster, I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's just quite an average Wesker game.
Oh my god.
Oh, getting this done through the pallet there and landing on the other side, even, I'm assuming, on the ping. And we've popped the last gen there at the main building as we get that down onto Williandra. So pretty good gen pressure coming out from our survivors here. We might even see some outs if we see some good stuff and come out of Logic. And there's so much snow, to be honest, I cannot really see anything, but I'm assuming no one's on that exit gate. And we see the stealth here at Logic, I believe is around 9. And so we'll see what happens here. Maybe we can see some outs, maybe a 10 stage on the survivor side here. And we are just going to be going back to our show. I'm just going to assume our Wesker play's probably just going to take the 10 stage. I mean, there's not much you can do. There's so much stuff to hide behind. And, you know, as
He's out.
unfortunate. We see the drop into Willie Andra's.
He's not.
I guess he's not, no. We see the drop into Willie Andra as we see Logic FNT on the gate. So, yeah, no, it's going to be 4K0. Unlucky for the Logic. Obviously, it just doesn't matter. It's a 4K5 result. So, oh, bad check is right there, but it's okay. We're going to see the last chase of the trial here onto Logic FNT. And we'll see what he can do. I believe he has the balance 99 right now. So maybe we can see a balance play. Get this done through the pallet. Bang! And we get Cheryl back. Oh my god! We get the stun onto the Wesker right there after being picked up. We have the balance. I'd love to see this being used. And, well, like I said, there's just so much stuff to use to block those bounds. And Logic maybe making it to a pallet. He does make it to a pallet. Does make it to a pallet right there. As William just opening the exit gate. So actually, we are missing the 10 stage, never mind. Logic did kind of clutch up there with the 4K0, but is he even out? This is going to be pretty close. We're going to the light gate and Williandra is out. Wake up, I think, right there, clutched up right there. I genuinely think that show would have not gotten that exit gate open if it was not for the wake up.
You said best, big fella. Wake up value coming through. 10 stage 4 fresh. Shout out to Logic there. That was really well played for popping that gen in that end game and being able to have a juicer, get the pick up. Well played to you two boys in the end game. That was a nicely played 2v1. Other than that, you know, we will take a little brief intermission and we'll set up our match between OverAct and Nyx. We will have the unknown on Wrecker's Yard. So I hope Sir Smunk is in the chat watching. Give us about 5 minutes. Please stay with us. Well played to Lumora. And yeah, give us 5 minutes and we'll be back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to OSL. It is our last match for tonight. We do have Knicks versus OverAct, quite a big match in the Group A standings. The winner of this will have a pretty big lead on second place, which honestly, at this point in the season for Division 2, it is quite important. Second v third here, Luca. Any thoughts overall, buddy, you got here? Actually, I apologize. This is first v third. I apologize. So winner of this will low-key move into second here.
Oh yeah. We do have Nyx versus Overact here. We have Revolution. Play for Nyx here on the killer first, on the unknown. It's gonna be pretty exciting to see what Revolution can pull off here as we do load in to the Wrecker's Yard. And we are using the area add-on, which I've been told has actually cursed, but infects everyone at the start of the trial. So we'll see if we can get some good value out of that, guys.
Yeah, there's been a lot of debate about the unknown balancing. We'll have to see how this result pans out. We saw a 4K4 on the... Oh, no, it was 4K3, I believe, on the side of OverAct last week. So pretty confident. And again, we are seeing Revolution head on. Bang! You know, we are going to have to really delay here this first tag. Taffy Man got 50 off that first initial one. That's good. Jake got about 75 left to go. Jake's getting to chase this. If we can get one juke going, we can't juke there. Pretty bad buffing. And the TP right on that 6 tile. So pretty quick and hot start for Revolution there. Now, Revolution probably the most experienced killer main in all of this tournament. Played OSL last season. Got a few good results against a few good teams. Overall, his team weren't able to, really pull it through on Survivor, hence why they would drop into Division 2. But no, we do love Knicks. They are a good team to follow. China's pretty much last hope in this one. They were the only hope going into Division 2. So we're going to have to definitely see how the bros get in and active. Overall, quick pull, nice early pull, FTP coming through. The Revolution not too into the tunnel here. He wants to apply his eruptions around the top gens here. I'm assuming he'll try and pick up this chase onto Valkyrie a bit later on though, Halo. Which he does.
Yeah, we find Valkyrie just sitting at the 7 gen, I believe, or 1, I'm not 100% sure. We do infect the Survivor. Pre-swing coming out from Revolution isn't going to be able to connect. And we should see the injury here. It's a bit of a bad tile for the Survivor when versing the unknown, but we are opting to stay here. I don't know if this is the play. I personally would have headed for the Shack, and then after using Shack into the dev spot, does tell me that. And torch me that. And Valkyrie does go down, unfortunately, pretty quickly. So yeah, I don't know. The area add-on, it seems a little OP to be honest. I mean, what are the survivors supposed to do? You have to reveal yourself in order to get it off. We still have, by the way, 3 survivors who are still infected, and I know it's kind of carrying here. I mean, we're putting a death look at 5, and we have 3 survivors who need to be really locked in here and making sure that they don't give away any free tags. We don't get hit by that, as we do see our injured Nia here, Taffy Man, as we do apply our eruption, and missing the UVX right there. Bit of a greedy greed right there, and I think we're trying to mind game as best as we can. Probably see the drop here, and after taking out the jungle gem, I'm assuming we're probably going to go back to the hook here, try to make sure that they can't just pull this for free. And we see, I believe that's our ace, no, that's our Renato going for the hook right there, and very unfortunate we're not getting that, and somehow we're getting a hit through Valkyrie right there, and maybe we can get a tap onto Renato. That's not going to connect into anyone, so let's just hope our Deathhook survivor here, Valkyrie, can have a good chase. We do see that gen popping in the background, a little bit of snipe as well. And we've kind of zoned ourselves to this little area of the pallet, and we're faking the break right there, and that's going to be Valkyrie dead at 4 gens. Maybe another one pop soon, but yeah, no, this is really good pressure for Revolution, and we have two injuries on the board, 1 death, and we have 2 people who are still UVX'd.
That is right. We do see the reset come through, Halo. It was just, honestly, it was, it was a good trade from Ace there. Able to jiggy the UVX, got the free pull. Well, not free pull, but the pull for 1. Honestly, yeah, good play for Revolution there to force the trade. We do catch Touch out here. He's not infected here, so we are gonna be able to slow down a bit. Now we are in a position where we can pull this game back just a little bit. I will say Valkyrie's chases are all up weren't amazing, so we're gonna need to make up for lost time here because having I've always been taught if you don't think your teammate is gonna have a good last chase, it's better to just leave him on the hook and sit gens. And probably would have liked to maybe see that there. I think maybe overact or panic because it's still very early in the game, and I don't blame them. I think you do have to pull that, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a different approach to the unknown game, as a different approach to Survivor and Killer, and it takes a bit more discipline. And to be completely honest with you, with the way unknown has been disregarded overall, I think this is a very, very interesting change. I'll say that I'll say that for the very least. It has been very interesting, and we do catch a killer instinct here. I believe that means he failed the dispel there on the TP, if I'm not mistaken. But no, we do have probably the two strongest unknown add-ons in the book. But to be completely honest with you, Halo, the chases have still been quite short.
Yeah, we catch Taffy Man now, caught off guard. Maybe we can see a little bit of a tap come into play here. Hit that. No, we were able to get it off, and that was kind of weird. Kind of phase through, bit of a mind gun coming in from Revolution. Is going to be able to work, forcing Taffy Man to go all the way to the edge. And oh, sorry, no, I'm mistaken. We have made this pallet, and unlucky timing right there. That's a pretty good jiggy, I would say, coming out from Taffy Man, but we had some unfortunate timing. So this is going to be Pain Res probably used. We have Touch injured. We have Leon is still UVX, so it's looking a little dire for the survivors if Revolution keeps up this pace. Maybe even a 4K4, 4K3, 4K2 result. If you see Leon getting in, maybe we can snipe it. No, we're not going to be sniping it. Just looking around, seeing what's up. We see this gen is regressing still. And ooh, a little bit of nods coming out from Revolution right there. I would be pretty happy if I was in this position as well, to be honest. And we see the blood pools, so we know we're on an injured survivor. Messing up the UVX, but no, we have not been mind gamed. I don't believe that hits. No, we don't. And yeah, so we see Touch is now in chase on the Renado, faking the break. Is he going to be able to work? And we're just running into the TP, but we realized last second make some changes to our movement, and so we've made this pallet now. This is a really, really good chase. I think this is the best chase we've seen so far in the game. We're not going to be losing that 50. Going to be getting hit by the UVX eventually. We see Leon here just stealthing for the pull, and we see our Neo sitting in gen. So it was actually a pretty good chase coming out from Touch. Was able to let the survivors just reset a little bit, and so hopefully we'll see almost an insta pull coming out from Leon, I would assume. And oh, we've been sniped a little bit. Taffy Man, unlucky, and we see Painter's being used onto that gen as it's still regressing. Just checking these other gens, making sure they don't have any progress, and we're a little bit caught off guard. And Neon, bang, just getting hit right there. So it's looking really, really good for Revolution. Survivors need to they just need to have one decent chase, I reckon, for them to get some pressure, and that's just a beautiful prediction right there coming from Revolution as we see the reset onto Renado in the background.
No, you said it best, big fella. It has been a pretty good showcase of the mechanical prowess on what the unknown has to offer, or what Revolution has to offer on the unknown, I should say. But no, Nyx hyphen Revolution, like I said, is putting on quite a good performance. A lot of people definitely think that Nyx maybe not even just, yeah, I'd say Nyx in general are just probably the best team in Division 2. Probably agree with that. I can't lie. They've got the experience. They've got the killer main. He's 4K'd some pretty decent teams in his time. And yeah, I mean, this is just another one to add to the books. I think Revolution is he's definitely a little bit more advanced than a few members in Division 2 from other teams, and maybe just other teams in general. That's definitely something that I can note, and he definitely has been playing quite a while, and even being in Division 1 last season, like that would have helped him so much. The step from Division 1 to Division 2 is so immense. But we saw Leon, as you said, Lucas, stealthing for the pool. I don't know how valuable that is in a 3v1 at 4 gens, but we're going to need to be taking a nice chase here, and a Taffy Man with a really Symmetry are Duke, and we are going to fall back into the killer, and that's going to go down, unironically rocking Symmetry fit as well. But yeah, I mean, they're just struggling to get pressure around the map, Luca. You know, I would say overall, I think Revolution has played into this quite beautifully, and it kind of just speaks to how whatever it is, you know, sort of talking about, you know, how you know, confident he is, how I would even say this is one of his top 3 killers, just to put out that for reference. I'd say, you know, he gets on the Wesker, he gets on the Blight. Yeah, you can probably put with Unknown third if you really want to. We do pop the gen though, 4K3, a bit more of a respectable result. Seeing the detective's hunch tell you, I believe that was there. If we get a stealth off here, low key, this is actually quite good. I'm not too sure where the survivor went. I think he's on the other side of this rock here. No, he's not. So we've evaded the killer here. We might be able to pull back a 4K2 now, Halo.
Yeah, this is looking really good for our killer side. I was gonna say, I was kind of just disregarding now. It's a bit late, it's a bit old and stale, but we do see some decent progress on Renato's gen here. We are going to be trying to snipe it to no avail. And have we seen the survivor? I don't think we have, but I'm going to assume Revolution is going to be looking around here. He needs to farm this stealth, and if the survivors keep stuffing him out, like you said, it could even be a 4K2 result. We have disturbed the crow. It's not going to be nothing serious is happening. Is quite far away, and so Revolution's just looking at the wrong part of the area. We're getting a little bit more warm up to no avail. We have given up on finding the stealth on that highly progressed gen, so he's gonna have to worry about that later, and maybe a little bit of a bait here coming. Maybe we can go back to the gen. No, we are not going back to the gen. And honestly, I don't even mind this play. You know, being down right now as the ace, as long as you are confident in a good chase and you're confident in the survivor popping, and we have faked it out. Touch is getting found here after being teleported on, so a bit unlucky. So we'll see what Touch can do here. Ace is just going to be sitting his gen. It's going to be a hit onto the Renato right there, and hopefully we can just have a good chase. That was so close. I'm not too sure how that didn't hit. And yeah, just hopefully the survivors can bring this back a little. I can see on the UI that Ace's gen is around the 50% mark, so maybe, just maybe, if Touch can last maybe 20 or 30 seconds, we maybe see something. Hopefully he doesn't overcommit that much. We're missing the M1 right there. It's a crazy chase from Touch now. And it looks like Revolution's just given up on the M2 completely. He's just bloodlusting this, trying to find it. He doesn't even make that. Oh my god, this is actually beautiful. Such a good chase coming out from Touch here, and is forced to leave. Very well played. And so we've got 2 pretty high progress gens now. Leon is going to be taking chase, which is fair enough. And this gen is, oh my god, really good chase from Touch right there. And if they can both stealth and both get a reset off, maybe good stuff can happen. We are just following the scratch mark, so it's probably not going to be in the cards, not going to be getting hit by that. EX is really beautiful, and probably going to insta-flick teleport back after breaking this pallet, I can assume. Maybe even not. I mean, this gen's pretty good high progress. I'm not too sure what's going on, to be honest. I think the survivors are like in a position where they can both just keep pre-running instead of pre-stealthing now that they have some decent progress, so if we don't see the teleport, maybe we can get a tap here from Revolution. It'll be looking good, and I'm not sure what happened there. No, we don't go for the M2, we go for the M1, so not UVX'd anymore, and we have to win the 50s. We've won 2 50s in a row right there. I'm not too sure what the progress is looking like on that 6 generator, and it's looking around 70, 60, not as much as that other gen. We're going to have to stealth now, so it's going to be really hard as an injured survivor, and we've got the interruption prog, so it's going to be out of the cards though. Yeah, no, that was like a really close to arms. I'm surprised. You know, it was just a really good chase.
Yeah, touch Leon, and especially those 2 in particular, they have kept up the the long battle here. Revolution and one mind game during that sequence was really nice to watch. We went for a little dinky shot, piston lad, no way, little dinky off the top, and Revolution's gonna secure the 4K3. Oh my lord, that was beautiful. But no, you are right, Luca. I think we needed to see this a lot earlier on, this like pre-leaving. It came in a 2v1. You need to be doing this, and even in the 4v1. Like it's harder to you know, pull back a game this late, obviously, than it is to, you know, make mistakes in the early game and then recover. You know, once you get to this point, two dead, you know, it's kind of over. If one bloke gets tapped as a shit chase, first chase, whatever, as a shit first two chases, you know, whatever, you lead him to die or whatever, it's still recoverable. And I think Revolution just was too powerful for these boys tonight. And I honestly think, yeah, I think it might be probably the hottest commodity in Division Two ever. So if there is a Division Two MVP, and I don't know if there is, but if there is, this guy would be in the hot seat for it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to OSL. This is our last match during this final set of the night. It is OverAct versus Knicks. We just saw Big Revolution achieve that 4K3 on, I believe it was, the unknown. I don't know what I'm saying, the unknown. And no, overall, Halo, I think that was just really beautiful to watch on the side of him. He played pretty fluently. There was no real mistakes from his end other than that, one long chase on touch, who just played really, really well, to be fair. But we're going to be seeing six. Oh, wrong map. Wrong map. So you know what that means. That will be the 0.5 to Overax killer, I believe. So for those who aren't aware of what that means now Nyx literally can just pop 2 gens and it's a win. So the 4K3 Tycon now becomes the win con. I hope that is as clear and as precise and as clear, like I said, clear as possible. But no, I think in the end, Knicks have just been, the classier team today, regardless. I think I haven't even seen them load into the survival lobby yet, but they've just come more prepared. You can sort of tell they've got the team names all locked in. Revolution came like, like there was, some special play tonight. Like he was getting play from his lady tonight. If he 4Ks at high gens, and no, well in from him, kind of. I hope he does get some play. But no, enough about that, Halo. Going on about what's going on now. Do you reckon the 4K3 is possible, big fella?
Yeah, I'll ignore what you just said, and I would say the main. I don't know. Obviously, Revolution played amazingly, but I feel like the reason why the 4K3 was so possible was because of the Eerie add-on, which I guess we aren't running. Oh no, we are running. Sorry, just didn't show up for a second. So yeah, no, I feel like that. I mean, it's just the power of the add-on jams. I mean, not too sure what's going on here. 13Y kind of eagling chase a little bit. We aren't going to be getting hit right there. So, yeah, no, I feel like if 666 can play this out perfectly, maybe we can see. Well, there's no Tycon, obviously, unfortunately. So maybe we can see. Maybe not 4K4, but maybe we can see a good result as we take the M1 onto our arena play here. Revolution, who just played the unknown for his team Knicks. So. We'll see what he can do here, playing this track pretty nicely. He sees that he has the TP. Wrapping that rock into this car pallet is very well played. And we have TP kind of to the side of him. I think this is going to be the death. Unless we can jiggy, and I think we are going to be able to jiggy. That's just amazing from Revolution right there, as we see the double in the background about to be popped. I mean, this is like just pretty good. This is like I would say this is pretty average for, an unknown match.
And this is, you know, really what it should be every time. I'll honestly be so truthful, Luca. This has been a great first chase. We haven't even used the Shack Pellet yet. And a nice Jiggy. Oh my god, Revolution is tapped in. He will make the Shack if he, you know, does choose. And he does choose to go for it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how an unknown set should be starting. Oh, a little bit of teabags from Revo there as well. No, Soler, no, we can't be doing that. He is feeling himself right now. The smash hit has already been used. We're going to greed for this. Oh, I thought we were going to go for the window there. We are looking at the TP behind us. Really good awareness from Revolution there. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is how it should be done. For all the haters out there, this is how it's done. Run Shack, have a couple jiggies, all you need, mate. And honestly, Revolution, known for his killer more than his survivor. His survivor is not... I wouldn't even say... Oh, nice little dinky there off the top. I wouldn't even say his survivor is the best on this team, but he probably couldn't have, you know, pictured that from that little chase he had there. Actually needing to leave that there. And Maya, oh, I believe... Yeah, Maya's going to go down at this, you know, sort of... I believe this is now 10 side, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 11 side. So, yeah, going to choose to look over across on the one side, Halo. Again, we've already won, if you're Knicks, by the way, if we haven't... taken notice of that. So Revolution's first and only chase, I won't say only, but first chase of this match, equivalating to pretty much all of the chase time from the survivors from the last match. So that is quite a scary thing to think about.
Yeah, that's going to be the win for Nick, so well played. Maybe a little bit of beef coming out from Revolution there, a bit of teabags, but we are just committing the gens. Maya had a quick chase, but doesn't really matter after Revolution's chase, so we'll see what 666 OverAct's unknown player can do. Maybe we can see a good result come out here. We do find our ace player here who is first with the UVX, but we aren't going to be going for the UVX, just taking the M1. And we'll see what can happen here. We do get that UVX hit, committing this, we'll see what maybe we can do. This should be pretty easy UVX, but kind of unsettling. I'm not sure what's going on. Bit of a interesting chase. It's probably going on for a little bit too long, winning that 50 swing. Doing at kind of nothing there, unfortunately, and I think this is just going to be the death unless we see a last second body come in, which is not going to be in play. I think we're playing for B mistake possibly here. So we are not. Okay. Yeah, no. Very well played from Nyx. Bit unfortunate. Obviously, you're playing for a really tough win con, but I feel like 666 just didn't take advantage of the Eerie Atom as much as Revolution did, if you ask me, Jones.
I mean, the add-on is there to be taken advantage of. I think Revolution's chase was just too beautiful. You can't take advantage of that. We even saw... I think 666 felt like he was obliged to chase that because he had already left the previous chase. Well, it wasn't really a chase, but he sort of hovered on 13Y and, you know, decided to leave because he didn't want to chase Shaq. And I'm not sure if we were supposed to die on the pallet there or that was just a bit of cheekiness. I think that might have been a bit of cheekiness, I'll be completely honest. I think Knicks are feeling themselves right now, and it's very, very noticeable. We are going to be seeing Revolution come in for the body against the unknown. We're going to need to play BBU here. I don't know if that body block is possible against this killer. We're going to have to shoot far. We do miss, but we get the tag onto Revolution in the background there. So I guess the hit tank was for worth. That's kind of unfortunate there. I think the double TPs, he had one TP on each side of that loop there, and I think... the TP sort of threw him off because he wasn't aware of which one he went to. But no, well, good play from, I believe this is 666, like you said, Halo. And damn, you know, we're going to be seeing outs here no matter what.
Yeah, we get the death hook onto our ace player there. We have some progress. And, I mean, we'll see what 666, the unknown player for OverAct, can do. Obviously there's not much anymore because we've already lost, but playing for the best result is always optimal, and so we'll see what can happen here. Maybe if I was the unknown player, could we try to find the Zarina here, hook her, then maybe go for the Jake Park, getting those 4 freshes. And is that a 6? I guess that'd be a 6-stage result, which isn't the best, to be fair. And we do see the pull coming here from Maya. Missing the M1, getting a bit stuck on the window. Bit unfortunate. Maybe we can we are playing for the ace. We're kind of playing for each other here, and going for UVX. I'm gonna a little bit late, I would say. We're doubling that last gen, seeing what can happen here. Playing for the as much less stages as we can on the side of Nyx. We are going to be missing that UVX. That was a very needed UVX, and I'm not too sure what the survivors plan is now, or the killers, to be honest. I mean, obviously we want to get everyone out, but after Nancy takes it, oh, wait, hold on, no, we see his arena on the gate, but no, we aren't getting it open. We need a stall time on the survivor side here if we are wanting the free stage result. We don't have balanced landing. This might just be the M1 kill onto the Nancy, which it is, and so we're just taking the hook onto Nancy. I wouldn't even hate it if they just leave, to be honest, Johns. I mean, they've already won and probably got places to be. I need to get to sleep.
Little FTP in the end game there. No, I would say this is literally the average. This is going to be 6-2. Yeah, this is, or 5-2. This is the literal average for this killer on this map, I think, even with these add-ons. Yes, I said it. So,
Oh,
well, you saw it here first, Loki. This is the standard that all teams should be trying to follow really well. Played from Nyx. They will move to first in their group if they weren't already. I believe they were, so that will kind of put them above everyone else very, very far. But thank you for joining us. This has been Division 2 Round 4. We'll have 2 more matches over the weekend. One tomorrow, Lumora versus Hoff, so that'll be very good. And then I believe we have Phantom Step versus Wake from Hell on the Sunday evening. After that, we'll go on to our Round 5 the following week into the finals. Finally, we're getting into the finals. It came so quick. But as I said, I'm Jams. He's been Luca. Real shit. Be safe. Love large, and get some play.